What's up, this is Chris from ElectroFame. So I'm here today to introduce to you one of the best, if not the best 4G killer smartphone of this beginning of the year. Special request and sample provided by Ulefone directly. I'm happy to show you today the Ulefone Be Pro 64 bits. Ulefone, for the people who don't really know this brand, was doing OEM for a long time. You even my own actually a smartphone made by them, but they recently started to do their own things, such as the Ulefone B1, for example, or here the Be Pro. So let's have a look at the box first. So it's not very fancy box, easy but efficient. So here in the back we can see some quick specifications. If we open the box, we have the smartphone here. Inside we have a free screen protector, a big booklet, user guide, so we can see that they spent quite a bunch of time doing that, which is quite surprising if we compare to other Chinese brands, for example. So everything will be in English and shows you everything. We have a battery here of 2600 mAh, but that's not it. We also have a charger made by Ulefone itself. So this is a EU plug, but we can also provide to you a US plug or UK plug when you check out on our website. You can select that. And last but not least, we have the USB cable, micro USB cable. Unfortunately, no earphones inside of the box, but for this price, we can't really complain. So let's have a look at the phone now. So this is the Ulefone Be Pro. So this whole phone is made in plastic, but very nice plastic, and you can see that the shape is actually very nice finishing. Even with here, this little bezel kind of. So the phone, for the dimension, we can say that it is like a 157mm by 77.8mm and a thickness of 8.8mm, and for whole weight of 160 grams with the battery inside. So we have here the 3-button touch button, so the back, home, and the setting button. On the side here we have 2 buttons for the volume plus and volume minus. On the top here we have the 3.5mm jack and the micro USB right away in the middle. And then on the other side we have the power button, and on the bottom we only have the microphone. So this is, and here on the top we have the sensor, the camera, which is 8 megapixels, and here we have a speaker. On the back here we have one flash and a 13 megapixels Sony IMX camera. So we'll get back to it later, just to show you this is actually a very good camera. So, and here on the bottom we have the speaker. So this is it basically. We can take off here, ready to show you how it is. So the screen is a 5.5 inches LG OGS IPS. So basically this phone for most of the people will look like actually the OnePlus One, or basically it would be like kind of a mashup between the OnePlus One and the IUNI U2. So some people might appreciate, some others not. But all in all, it's actually a very good design phone. We can open the phone here on the back, so here you can see that the back is actually well attached to it, so it will not go away. So inside we have 2 SIM cards. One of the advantage actually of this smartphone is actually it's featuring the 64 bits MediaTek MT6582, which allows actually a dual SIM LTE, so 4G. So here we can see the two SIM cards, so one macro SIM card and one normal SIM card. Both are actually 4G, which is very interesting. The SD card, micro SD card here on the side will be actually up to 64 gigabytes. So you will never run out of space on this smartphone, basically. So for the frequencies here you can see, and compared to your own country, so it would be mostly compatible to almost every country. For the US, for example, it would be like compatible with AT&T, but unfortunately not really for T-Mobile and Verizon users. So basically that's it. So here we can see the speaker. The speaker, what is special about it is actually this is the same audio chip than the Meizu MX4, for example. So very nice audio chipsets. You will not be disappointed about it. So we'll test it later. And for the camera, so I was saying this is like a 13 megapixels here on the back, and this is Sony IMX sensor, which can even record 1080p at a speed of 60 FPS, which is very interesting. So basically, this is it for the shape of the phone. So now let's put the battery on and let's get started then. Let's turn it on. Here we go. So very fast start. It's already on. So what do we have here? So this is actually Android 4.4.4. However, compared to most of the, all the famous brands you can have on the market right now, Ulefone will propose next month, so on February, an OTA update for Lollipop. So next month you will be able actually to install on this smartphone Android 5.0, which is very interesting compared to the most famous brands. So let's have a look at the menu itself. So what do we have here? So we have installed a few applications for this review, but basically by default you will have the browser, calculator, calendar, camera, the clock, downloads, email, file manager, the flashlight, which is always useful, FM radio, gallery, Gmail, Google, all the Google stuff will be inside. The Google Map, messaging for sure. So we even have the movie studio, music, notebook, and people, the phone, of course, the Play Store, so you can install all your favorite applications on it, settings, SIM toolkit, and videos, basically. So we can have a look here at the toggles. So we have actually, it's like a basic Android menu. So we have the battery level, the settings, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, the location for the GPS, airplane mode, data connection, data usage, audio profiles, the brightness. So here we see this is set up to the maximum for this review. And also we have auto rotation on and off, cast screen if you want just to protect the screen of your smartphone on the bigger screen like your television, for example, and HotKnot. So HotKnot is actually a bit different. It's not exactly like NFC, and actually this is not NFC at all. This is the same like Doogie, for example, which is using the HotKnot as well. So now what we can have a look at is right away at AnTuTu benchmark. So for the people who don't know, AnTuTu benchmark allows you to test the performances of your device. So here we can make the test. We got a score of 32,000, which is very good for such a smartphone. So let's try to understand actually why such a high score, because for such a time now it's actually a very good score. So here, let's have a look at the details. So we have, as I said before, Android 4.4.4, so 64 bits. The CPU is actually a MediaTek MT6782 64 bits processor, which is actually twice faster than actually the MediaTek 6582, so the old one for the people who know it. Then we have a GPU, so graphic processor Mali T760, which is very powerful as well. We have a resolution HD of 1280 by 720. So the rear camera is 13 megapixels. For the RAM and the ROM, so basically for the RAM we have 2 GB of RAM and a total ROM of 16 GB. So if you think about it, 16 GB plus 64 GB on microSD cards, this is a lot of storage for you. So you can see with all the applications we installed for this review, we already have like 11 GB free, and you can add probably 2 or 3 more with what we installed on this smartphone. So quad-core processor clocked at 1.5 GHz, but don't get fooled by that. Basically it means it's still twice faster than the old 1.3 GHz quad-core processor 6582. So very, very good. So we have then a density of 320 dpi. We will see later for the multi-touch. So rear camera, the front-facing camera is 8 megapixels, which is very nice. Not a lot of smartphones for this price can feature that. We have the Wi-Fi, so no NFC as you can see here, but we have the HotKnot, which is like slightly different, so which doesn't work with NFC smartphone, but which will work, for example, with Doogie phones. Then for the sensors we have quite a bunch, so direction, acceleration, light, e-compass and proximity sensor. So that's it basically for the quick specifications. So if we go back here, and what I want to show you now is actually just for the screen one little tip, which is here we have the refresh rate, which is like 61 Hz, which allows you actually to type quite fast on your keyboard without having any confusion. You know, sometimes when you type, you know, you have like 2 letters or just 1 letter and you're already at the 3rd letter. So basically you can type very fast on this smartphone without any problem at all. So let's have a look at the multi-touch. So if we drop our fingers on it, we can see this is actually a 5-touch capacitive screen. So I repeat, this is 5.5 inches LG screen, so OGS IPS. Then that would be nice maybe to check the root access. So sorry, your phone doesn't have proper root access, so please bear in mind in this case that if you want to change the Android version on it, if you want to put like a special or custom ROM on it, you will first have to root your phone, or otherwise you just have to wait for the Lollipop update next month. Okay, then what we can have a look at, actually the settings, because we didn't have a look yet at that. So SIM management, because we have 2 SIM cards, and I repeat again, here we have dual LTE 4G SIM cards on it because of the MT6582 processor, quad-core. So otherwise we have the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth for the flash alert, so you can set it up for actually the incoming calls and the MMS, for example. Otherwise, so the HotKnot, as I said before. So here we can see allow data exchange when the screen touches another device. So basically you just use another device and you touch the screen. It's like exactly the same like NFC, but it's just a bit slightly different. So then data usage, more inside we can see that we can still have the tethering, airplane mode, default SMS mode, VPN, mobile networks, internet, USB. Audio profiles, you can set it up. For the display we have actually mirror vision, which is like display picture quality optimization. So here, if people want to stop and to read it. Brightness, auto rotate screen, sleep, daydream, font size, cast screen, G sensor calibration, and S-View cover setting if you have a special cover case. And the storage, so as I said before, this is a 16 gigabytes ROM on it, and you can install a micro SD card up to 64 gigabytes. The battery is a 2600 mAh, as we saw before at the beginning of this video. Otherwise, for the gesture sensing, so this is actually the air gesture in this case, we have the gallery, music and camera. Unfortunately not for the home menu, maybe for the new update for Lollipop. Let's see what happens. Location, so here you can set up different modes for the GPS. Security, so for the screen you can actually set up no screen lock at all, the slide, face, unlock, pattern, pin or password. Otherwise, for the language and inputs, we have quite a bunch, so you can check your own. You will probably find your own language inside, as the list is pretty extensive. The backup, reset Google accounts, so you can use all the Google services without any problem. Here, the screen gestures, this is actually quite interesting, so we can have a quick look and spend a bit more time on it. So we have double tap when the screen is off, double tap on it to light the screen. So for example, let's turn off. We double tap and right away the screen is turning on. We have a swipe up when the screen is off, swipe up on it to light the screen and unlock. So we can try. Is recognizing and we go right away, we come back right away to where we were. So launch the camera when the screen is off, launch the camera by gesture, so we'll see that in more gestures a bit below. Launch the flashlight when the screen is off, flashlight by gesture, and control the music as well. So more gesture here, we can have a look. So gesture E, gesture M, O, S, W, Z and up arrow. So you see that we can actually set up a lot of things. So here, for example, what we set up before was like launch music by M. So let's turn off the screen and let's draw a M on the screen. It's totally recognizing it and launching the music right away. So this is actually a cool and interesting part of what we can call the wake up gestures, which appeared last year. Then we have the date and time notification light. This is pretty interesting as well. So you can actually set up the different colors so you can customize your own smartphone quite easily and efficiently. So it's very nice for the people sometimes. Scheduled power on and off, accessibility printing, developer option for the people who master a bit more Android and want to have more access to it. And about the phone here, we can see so you have the system updates. So look closer at that when you will get your smartphone because the repop will come out soon. Wireless update, so you can see you have 3 possibilities. Status, legal information, so this is a Be Pro 4.4 for Android, and the build number, you can check everything. So this is what you get right now. Look at the graphic performances. So for that, we have been downloading for you Asphalt 8, which is one of the best racing games available on the Play Store for free. So for this time we have set up the maximum graphic level for this game, so we can just play right away. Here we go. So we easily see that there is no problem at all. It's very smooth. So you will be able to play the latest games without any problem at all, thanks to the Mali T760, which is a very good graphic processor, and of course the latest 64 graphic processor. All right. So now before having a look at the camera, what I want to show you is basically, so we could see that actually the sound was not too bad during the game, but let's have a closer look at it with a video. So this 5.5 inches screen is only HD, so not full HD, but for this price you couldn't really expect a full HD, but you can easily see that actually the quality is all in all very nice, so you will really enjoy watching movies on it without any problem at all. The sound is actually quite fair, it's very nice. So I repeat, this is the same audio chip than the MyG MX4, So you can expect for sure a great sound, and you can see this is crystal clear, very nice. Alright, so let's go back. So we can easily see that watching movies on it, it's not a problem, it's actually pretty delightful thanks to the audio chip and the screen, which is LG screen, OGS IPS, very nice on the smartphone. So now let's have a look actually at the camera itself. So we said before, this is a 13 megapixels camera, so this has a Sony IMX sensor, which is one of the best at this moment on the market. Though the screen is actually not full HD, it can still record 1080p videos at 60 FPS, and can also play that for sure. So what do we have in the settings? So we have the GPS, location info, face beauty, exposure, scene mode, image properties, anti-flicker. You can also have zero shutter delay, anti-shake, face detection, auto scene detection if you want, so continuous shot, so you can set up until 100 shots, which is quite a lot, self timer, picture size, so you can define all what you want basically, preview size, full screen or not, ISO, automatic or not, and for the video you can have the noise reduction, the stabilizer as well, a microphone, audio modes, and the video quality. So this is what you get basically. We have, okay, you also have the HDR mode, which can be quite useful from time to time, the flash, and if you want to switch for direction. We already took some pictures for you just to show you. So we took the picture in 13 megapixels full screen, just in normal mode, so no any beautification or stuff like that, just to show you the raw camera how it works. So this is, for example, a globe. So you can see the details are actually quite nice. So we can really feel this is the Sony sensor. Okay, so this was with the flash, automatic flash. So sometimes now you can see that the automatic flash is not that good, so might need without. But we can see that the level of detail is actually very, very nice compared to the distance. So regarding the video here, this is one video, for example, made a short time ago. So we have here a picture in HDR. So we can see that the colors are actually very nice compared to the reality. So here is another video. So the quality is very nice and it's very bright. So for some people it might be maybe too bright, but you can set up all the difference on it. So for buildings, you see that the quality is actually very surprising and very nice compared to the distance. So we see that this is very, very good. So this is what you will get basically on the smartphone. So you don't have to worry about the camera, it's extremely very good. So basically that's it for the video review of the Ulefone Be Pro. So let's make like a quick summary about it for the people who may be a bit lost. So here we have 5.5 inches LG OGS IPS screen on it. So the latest processor 6732, 64 bits, quad-core processor 1.5 GHz, which allows actually dual SIM 4G on it. We have the latest graphic processor T760, which has very good graphic performances, as you saw before on Asphalt 8, Android 4.4.4, and expect for sure next month the Lollipop, so Android 5.0 OTA update. We also have 30 megapixels here on the back, so you could just see before it was very nice because of the Sony IMX sensor. We have 8 megapixels on the front. For the speaker here, we have the same audio chip than the Meizu MX4. Otherwise, we have 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB of RAM that you can extend up to 64 GB by microSD card. No NFC on it, but you have the HotKnot, which can also be found, for example, in the Doogie phones. You have few sensors on it, FM radio, it's non-rooted. However, you have very good wake-up gestures and air gestures. You have a 2600 mAh battery, which is a Sony battery, which can be charged in less than 2 hours, which is very nice to take that in consideration. Otherwise, what else can we say about it? It's just like this is one of the best 4G smartphones at this time for the price, so you cannot miss it out. And that's it. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below this video and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Don't forget to thumb up this video if you liked it. And otherwise, until then, I hope you enjoy it and see you later for the next one then. Bye bye!